This right here is a cabbage cutter. Grandma and Grandpa would come over, and when there was cabbage picking time, cabbage gathering time, to make kraut, you put the head of cabbage in here and hold your fingers here and go back and forth, making slaw so that you can make sauerkraut. Cut the cabbage heads up. That's the old thing there. That's the old cabbage cutter. This is where the boys used to be right here. See that little roof sloping down there? And if it was winter time or sleet was coming down, boy, just pull that feather bed up and curl up under it, and it was sound good, that sleet down, coming down on the roof over there, or rain. And before we had a fan in the window, we'd fight over who gets to sleep on the floor here, because there was a window here you could lay down by and get a little breeze. So we'd fight over who gets to sleep on the floor and who gets to sleep on the bed, because we'd rather sleep here where you get some breeze. And this right here is what me and Jim used to play priest, playing priest and having mass. We'd have the tabernacle here, and this is where we'd play having mass here. We'd play priest and serving and everything, and have the mass here. This is the tabernacle here.
Okay.
Used to be shelves here with canned good jars of kielbasa and vegetables and chow and cabbage and pickles and everything, beets.
This is the old milk house.
This is the old milk house. Used to be a cream separator in this corner here, that when you take the milk and run it through there, you make cream. That cream makes the cream out of the milk.
And what was up there?
This old attic up here, when we were kids, we got up there one time. Nobody had been up there for a long time, and we found something that we didn't know what it was. So we asked Dad about it. He said, "Well, that was Grandpa Bednar's bottle capper for homemade beer. When he made homemade beer, he had a bottle capper." He said, sometimes in the middle of the night, Grandma said, you'd hear something out here in the garage going pop, pow. Some of the bottles were popping off from the fermentation of the beer. So.
What about this board?
That's probably made, this lumber here was probably made at Uncle Mike Bednar's sawmill many years ago. I remember he had a sawmill. Look how the rough cut boards are. That stuff is so hard, you probably couldn't drive a nail in it now.
And Uncle Mike was
one of Dad's older brothers, and they had a sawmill that they cut their own lumber with and everything. So this was an old grind mill. We used to hook the tractor up to the belt pulley here. You'd feed corn and oats and stuff. You could grind it up into a bran like and make feed for the livestock. Of course, they're laying down now, supposed to be standing up. You put the sack underneath that little pipe over there, and you feed in the stuff right in here. Feed it in this little trough here. And the belt pulley from the tractor would run that pulley and make it turn real fast. And I remember when Dad bought this tractor brand new, and I was the first one to drive it. Before that, I was having to drive the mules and horses cultivating out there in the field.
What year was that when he bought this tractor new?
It must have been about 1952 or 53, somewhere around there. And still that green paint burning off of it, had an umbrella on top there to keep the sun off you. And that was a real joy. The tractor instead of mules and horses.